Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason. How are you?
Hi, I'm Debbie, live in Las Vegas.
And yes, look how close Debbie is. Here's my hand reaching out to her. Hi, Deb.
Hi.
So not only is Debbie live in the studio.
Hey.
All right, we'll go with Bill.
Hey.
And Deb's brother, Rob.
All
and
right.
then Stace. I don't know. Stacy's in the light. Oh, there we are. So we have, and Atocha's down here too. So we have a full audience tonight.
Yes, we do.
So we are excited. We have a great show tonight. So let's get right to that. Hey, Deb, why are you here in town?
Oh, well, tomorrow night we're all going to see the band called Tool.
I really thought you were about to say The Tool. I really thought that's where you were going. I'm like, what happened? Don't say The Tool.
No, Tool. We're going to see Tool.
Yes, we're having a great show tomorrow night. But before we get to that, let's get to, oh man, I don't even got my speaker ready. Cranola. Let's do this. All right. Time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug, and I match it up to our guests. And our guests this week are a mother-daughter duo, Candy and Ray, but their name and where they're sitting is flipped. Candy's the mom, Ray's the daughter. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Howdy. We are fantastic.
All right. So Candy and Ray are brand new eBayers. And I'm like, all right, what mug do I have to match up to them? And they live in Plant City. So I had some mugs that had foliage on it. And then I'm like, duh, mother, daughter. And I actually have a mug that is a mother with a daughter. It is an alien, but
That's epic.
it's my one mother-daughter mug. So, and because your name is Candy, we went with the brand new Sailor Jerry Savage Apple, and we'll call it Candy Apple for tonight.
Nice.
So cheers to you guys. Deb, cheers.
Cheers.
And cheers all around. Ching, 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 ching.
And I'm also drinking Candy Apple out of the Denison.
And Ray, are you drinking a cocktail?
Mine
No.
would be tequila, and I know that's probably not allowed in the tiki bar.
Oh, there are a couple tequila drinks, so that does get a pass. But I appreciate you being concerned because my friends, Joy, who keep drinking vodka out of the tiki mugs, that's just not acceptable. That is just not acceptable.
Fast
All right,
learner.
we're going to hear Candy and Ray's story in a bit here. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. Go tell your friends if you haven't already. And we're going to get going. So you guys sit back, relax, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right. We've been off. I was teaching class last week, so we've been off. So got a lot of good stuff backed up. So I can't wait to share it. And let's start with our scores of the week. These are the bolos, things you should be on the lookout for. This is Debbie and I's great sales from the last 2 weeks.
Yes. What is better than selling one tiki mug, selling two to the same guy?
Oh, I like that.
Yay! It was our last two Jungle Bird tiki mugs, and we sold I think they sold, well, I can't see nothing because it says my mic is muted and it's right over my prices there.
46.
46 times 2. So yeah, we were happy to see those go. That was awesome. We paid $25 each.
There we go. Very nice.
And then this shirt.
Are these my sales or your sales?
These are my-
Tiki mugs. Hawaii. This is awesome.
You can tell I've been a good student.
Yes,
for
you
all
have.
These years. We've had this shirt in our profit pile for a while. And Jason told me, he goes, that's $100 shirt all day long. It was listed for a while. And it sold for $79. So we weren't too far off your $100.
Nice.
Yeah. It's an awesome shirt. We should have kept it. Okay.
That's not how this works.
I know.
You sell.
It's got the Space Needle on the back, and Bill's favorite cars are Mustang. Okay, Jason taught us to drink cocktails for free. I am going to teach you to eat hot fudge sundaes for free in California Adventure of Disneyland.
Why didn't you tell me this before I went to California Adventure?
Well, because I just sold it.
Okay.
So anyway, I think I paid $10.50 for my hot fudge sundae, and it came in this adorable skirt or sink or whatever it is, a Minnie Mouse. We sold it for $18. So $18.99. I got my hot fudge sundae and a little bit of money in my pocket too.
So it's a chunk of plastic.
Right.
You got free dessert, and you made money by having desserts.
Right, and plus shipping. Plus shipping. So I'll be going back tomorrow to get another one.
I'm just gonna scoot over from Vegas.
It only costs $500 to get into California Adventure. Okay, and then this is a wire rack album. I guess you could put albums, 45s, whatever in it. We paid $6.99 and sold it for $44. It was missing a few of the little dividers, but we still sold it. So when I was loading up the stuff, my one thought was I would have taken a picture with a record or two in it too. Oh yeah, it's a good idea.
Because this granted, it says what it is, but doesn't show it well enough without the other item. Of course, you would then have to put records not included.
Yes.
But I would definitely have demonstrated that a little bit on this one. But you got a great price, so no complaints there.
And then it wasn't listed too long, so we're happy.
All right, so this is my first one. This is the wait for your price. I did list this October of last year, so it had been listed for a while, and I kept getting like $10, $12, $15 offers. I'm like, this little blue hat is badass, and I'm going to wait for the right buyer. And guess what? The right buyer showed up this week for $33.
Nice.
For a baseball cap.
Nice.
I love picking out spa robes out of the women's bathrobe section. Fellas, if you have never thrifted in the women's bathrobe section, go. And Candy and Ray, make sure you're writing all this down.
Right next to the bra section.
Yeah, right next to the bra section, because I've found many, many good robes, and this is my most recent from the Lotus Spa, and I have not a clue what or where the Lotus Spa is because there's nothing else, but I got $60 for it. I think I peeled it out of the rack for like $8 or $8.99.
Do you think you have an advantage because you live in Las Vegas and you're surrounded by resorts and spas?
True, but yeah, I don't ever see people often talk about the robe section, and there's plenty of good robes. I've sold $200 robes before, so
wow,
definitely check it out. All right, I wanted to show this with the feedback. This is Pink Floyd Animals, the original 1977 version, sealed. However, something chewed on the corner of it. I don't know if it was a cat, a dog, or a rat. I have no idea. It didn't happen in my watch. And that's how I obtained it. But I listed it as used. And if you can see right here, I did write used, sealed album, but there is damage to the cover in the upper right-hand corner and left lower. See pictures. Sold it for $80. And here was his feedback. Thank you for having this and using priority mail. Well done. Also, it's new. So I did indicate it's new, but I had to list it as used because of the damage. And he was so happy to leave me positive feedback, and he gave me $80.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that under promising and over delivering?
Very much so. Very much so. And when's the last time you sold 40-year-old lipstick for $334?
Oh,
for me, it was last week. So I think it was more so because of this kind of piece of artwork. This was Max Factor Birdhouse, 1970s, 10 continental size lipsticks, which means small, in a variety of colors. Found this in Savers for $35. And again, I had some offers I had like $100, $150, and a $200 offer, but I was waiting for the right person. As you can see, I sold it directly on eBay UK for 256 Great British pounds, which is 335 American dollars plus shipping.
Nice.
So
did that take a while to sell?
It did, and I knew it, but I used my WorthPoint app to look it up, and I'm like, oh, this sucker sells for around $250, $300. I wanted to at least get the minimum what I sold them for, and hey, I got even more. I got $335.
I remember when you sent me a picture of that, and you said, look what I just found. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, so you've seen our regular scores. Now it's time for my CD and cassette my cassette and CD scores of the week. And since it's been 2 weeks, I've had so much to show you. I had to figure out what to show you, or it'd be an hour show. So let's start with flipping cassettes. And the first one, do you know the band Big Country? They're an 80s new wave band. Their song was "In a Big Country" by Big Country, and they're British. And this went back to Great Britain, and it was $26 for a used cassette.
Cool.
How about the Sundays? They were a 90s alternative band. This one sold for $27. $7, and it was a used cassette. And Miko made all these disco Star Wars albums back in the late 70s, early 80s. This is the Ewok Celebration that I sold used for $21. So if you have not started flipping cassettes yet, you're missing out on a lot of easy money. Now, speaking of flipping things, let's talk about flipping CDs. I know you all love Nigel Olsen. I have not a clue who Nigel Olsen is, but I found him at a thrift store for $1.99, and I sold him for $25. I'm sure most of us know who Tiny Tim is. This is his Christmas album, which I sold last week, so already after Christmas for $30. Speaking of Disney, from one of the park CDs, Walt Disney World, sold it for $30.
Nice.
The Iron Man 2 score sold for $45.
Wow.
And The Adventures of Superman from the 1950s television series sold for $50.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you haven't started flipping yet, head over to flippincds.com. Get signed up. I'm going to teach you how to make all this crazy money. I think I did about $4,000 in CDs and cassettes in December. And of course, I sold other things too. So 4,000 was just part of that. So if I could do 4,000 in 1 month, every one of us, every one of you could do it too.
And I wanted to point out.
It was Elton John's drummer. See, I didn't even know that. And this is the rare time where I didn't need to know because I listed it on Amazon. So I just put it up there. I didn't need to know. But thank you, Susan. I love learning as much as I love teaching. Go ahead, Deb.
I wanted to point out that you sold some of those CDs and cassettes on eBay because some people think you can only sell on Amazon, but we're gated. We can't. So people on eBay do buy media, music, CDs, and cassettes too.
It was a good equal split in the last couple of weeks of eBay and Amazon.
Nice.
But not everything can be a winner. Now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
Okay. Nobody wants Miss
Okay.
Piggy. I was so excited when I found Miss Piggy. I think I paid like $5.99 for it. It's been listed for 3 years with 1,600 views, and nobody wants her. So obviously I'm going to try lowering my price. I haven't even had a best offer on her. So maybe somebody watching likes Miss Piggy. She's ready and waiting for you.
And Debbie is it's right here, the book kiosk.
Oh, yes.
Right there. So if you want to buy Miss Piggy, visit the book kiosk today. Don't hesitate.
Send me an offer. Okay, this is a rubber stamp that's been listed since May of 2017. Come on, it's only $7.99. Nobody wants it. I have all these views. What I think I'm going to do is raise the price to cover shipping and then put it with free shipping. And maybe it's not a very popular one. I don't know.
It looks kind of boring.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I mean, boy, if you need this many instructions to use a stamp, that's too complicated of a stamp for me.
But it's a
9 instructions to use a stamp.
Card.
I know.
It's a template. I don't know what it is, but I just figured $7.99. That's not very much money, but anyway.
All right, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Nick and Nora are great brand of pajamas to sell, except for the ones that are the one piece with the feet. No one seems to care about those at all. I did one of the send offers out. I'm like, okay, $14.99, please take it. And someone did. I'm like, woo, hallelujah. And I've got like 1 or 2 more pair left. So avoid the all-in-ones. They just do not sell well. And here's another thing to avoid. People don't really use mice anymore. Mice. It's like, that sounds weird.
Those things.
Don't use your mouse. Because, those of us that have apples, we have the magic trackpad for the most part. And people just don't use them anymore. And I've sold 7. I still have 3 to go. But, man, I've had these forever. So I still got 3 to go. That's Tiki Pug Music. If you still use a mouse and you would like a goofy mouse pad, please come by for me. Or
you just like Mickey and Disney and Goofy.
Yeah.
Guys. You can hang it on your wall.
All right. That's a great tip from Deb. Hang it on your wall. All right. Where in the world did our stuff go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion potential customers. And we are going to make sure that Candy and Ray are shipping internationally because that's where all the money goes. And I'm going to show you even more of my tips coming up are all my international sales.
Okay. What is this?
It's a cassette.
Yes.
Are you flipping cassettes?
I sure am.
Are you flipping crazy? You're flipping cassettes?
Always. We had it listed at $29.99, and the guy asked us if we would accept $20 because that helped cover his part of his shipping cost to Canada. So we said, sure, we'll take that. I think we paid 50 cents for it, and it went to Truro, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Very cool. Now, each week I try and pick out a different location that I haven't used before. I'm not sure if I've ever used Ireland, but I had to pick out this one just so I could say, they killed Kenny. I went to Kilkenny, Ireland, and someone needed some vintage 505 Levi's. So I'm like, I just had to do with Kilkenny. So, rap cassettes needed to go to Canada and vintage Levi's needed to go to Ireland. And because we ship internationally, we got the sale.
And we didn't use GPS for that either.
We didn't.
Is it GPS or GS?
I think I have our segments on our, but that's cool. All right, now it's time for our thrifty tip of the week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing. And I like Marissa's idea.
Yes.
They could be a big coaster, that mouse pad.
Oh, and Marissa had an idea for me too that I should put a photo of how that rubber stamp works.
Yep, I like that.
Keep them coming, Marissa. Okay. When you're shopping in the thrift store, and this isn't the best picture. We tried to get one, but I'm actually holding it up to the light. If you hold it up, you can see holes really quickly. You can see rips or anything, maybe even stains too. So I just kind of hold it up in the store, look under the armpit and do all that. So make sure before you get out of the store. We had to do a thrifting class, and one of the gals was getting ready to check out, and I went up to see what she had. She had a coat, and I lifted up under the collar. It was peeling. And she was so happy that I caught that before she bought it because it was no good. She wouldn't have been able to sell it. So really check your clothes out, but it helps to hold them up to the light. Yep.
That's a great tip. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have mine. Whoops. Okay. I think we've talked about this before, but I actually have a live example. When you buy shoes, you got to do the twist test to see if there's dry rot. And more so, if you live in dry locations, hi, Vegas, we get dry rot a lot quicker than places that have humidity. So if you're looking at these shoes to flip, and if you twist them, they might break. Oh, this one won't break.
Yeah, but the other one.
But here's the other one. So weird that one dry rotted and one didn't. But here's what the other one looks like. Oh, hello. Wow. So we see this. Oh, I think I just got an old shoe in my drink. Oh, well. We see this all the time where people send out shoes that never did the twist test. And then they think their customer's lying because their shoe fell apart when they started to wear it. So you got to give the twist test right away. If it starts to crack, you don't want to list those shoes. So there's your prime example.
And you know how crazy things work between you and I, Jason. We have a pair of shoes at home right now, too. The same exact thing. That was going to be my tip next week. Ours is Clark's. Really check Clark's.
Old shoe.
A lot of Clark's shoes seem to have this happen to them, too. So, yeah, give it a... Sometimes I did it in a thrift store once, and I just put it back on the shelf because it did it right there. So nobody else will buy them that way. I saved somebody.
Now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. Little tips and tricks, what to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping. What happened? My audience is laughing.
I don't know. What's so funny? Would you like to tell?
Heard You've Got to Be Shipping Me before.
Oh,
we have a newbie.
It's like I have a 12-year-old in the audience.
Well, you give us apple rum. What do you expect? Okay, is this me? Yes.
Yes, it's you.
This has had, look at 1,173 views. It's been listed since 2017, so it's gone through 2 Christmases now. And it came up on my offer. If you get, eBay will show you can send an offer out to these watchers. So I sent an offer out. The lady responded back. She goes, I think your shipping's really too high, $44 shipping. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we reweighed it. We rechecked the box size because the 2 inches made a big difference because of the new dimensional. So by refixing it all, it comes down to like $10 shipping. So no wonder the silly thing never sold because I was quadruple charging the shipping, and I didn't mean to. So if you have things that haven't sold for a while, look at your shipping. Maybe you got carried away or something, but shipping makes a big difference.
All right. So mine is I bought a chair from a company through Amazon. So not like through a Debbie or a Jason, but through a company. And the piston failed way before it should be. So I was, sinking in the chair. And I wrote the company because I was out of the warranty period on Amazon. And they said, we're happy to send you a new piston. I'm sorry it failed. So great customer service. But this is how it came to me from the company. And this just seemed a little low rent. So you always want to be professional, no matter if you're Debbie or you're Amazon. You want to look professional. This is how a company sent me a box. They crossed out the address the last time they used the box.
Oh, no.
A free box you get for free. A free box you get for free from the post office. And look at this. It's all crossed out. Yeah.
It's like they may have used it a couple times.
Yeah. So I appreciate the great customer service, but it just doesn't look all that professional. I've reused boxes, but I would never use it where I had to cross out this much stuff, especially the free ones. I just order some more.
I have a bonus shipping tip.
Yes.
I go to U-Haul. We just did this the other day. U-Haul has their brown packing tape for, I think, $3.50. I got a pretty good size roll, so I bought 2. And you just tape that over that ugliness.
Yeah, that'd be good too. I like that idea.
Yeah, and then like if I do sell on Bonanzas, so I don't want to send up in an eBay box. So we put that tape over the eBay logo when we ship to our Bonanza buyers. And
I like what Angela said. Obviously, test both shoes. One of these shoes is shot and one was still pretty solid. So you never know. So always test
yes.
both shoes. All right. Now it's time for online selling tips of the week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you are selling online. Doesn't matter the platform.
Okay, this tip, this is if you don't get your cha-ching on your phone. It happened to my husband one time. He's like, how come I'm not getting the cha-chings, but you are? And I don't know if this happens because we update our phones periodically. We have iPhones, or I'm sure Androids do too. You have to update. So Debbie McCrae in the Thrifting Board was so nice to lay out the steps. And so I took pictures of my phone to show you. Follow 1, 2, 3, 4, and you should be able to see how to turn yours back on. Or if for some reason you don't want them on, you can go in and turn them off.
Now mine, so when I got the new iPhone, mine wouldn't work. And this was all set up right. And then one day we're standing in a store, Stacy and I heard cha-ching. So I hadn't changed nothing, hadn't done nothing. It just started to work. So even if you do this, sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah. But this is the steps. My eBay settings, notifications, and all push notifications.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Some of us need step-by-steps.
All right. So I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but since I sold something last week, I wanted to share with you. These are 3 limited edition versions of 3 different Aerosmith CDs, Get a Grip, South of Sanity, and Pump. And if you look them up one by one, they sell for an average of $10. But guess what? When you sell them together, you get 45 instead of 30.
Wow. So, you know why? Because they're saving on shipping too.
Yeah, and they're saving on shipping. But yeah, so I found the customer who wanted all 3 at once, cool. And that way I can make a little bit more money. So always, 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 when you can, if you you got a few things of likeness that don't seem like it's good by themselves, put them together. I do a lot of cassette lots that way. Not everyone wants 1 Rick Springfield, but they might want 7. Okay.
Nice tip.
So keep that in mind.
Uh-oh.
All right. So we haven't done a Thrifting Board members email message in a while, but we had a great one. So Debbie wanted to share it this week.
Okay. I bought a Clydesdale horse by Mill Creek from you in September to be a Christmas gift for my dad. He worked with these horses during World War II. He was a couple years too young to join the Army. He lost his mother when a German dropped a bomb on a bus, which killed everyone on board. And then his father died in service. After the war, he remained on the farm until he was old enough to join the military. He now has dementia, and his early memories are his most vivid. When I gave him this Clydesdale, his eyes lit up. I wanted to let you know how much I appreciate that you accepted my offer and the care taken to get it to me safely. It was an international sale. To see him smile made my Christmas. Thank you. And this was Tom Seifert, I don't know if I pronounced his name right, in the Thrifting Board who received this. And this reminds us why we do what we do. You find something and you may think, would anybody want this item? But it can mean so much to the right person.
Yep, and you never know. So just when I'm selling a mouse pad, mouse pad might mean the world to those people. By the way, I got 3 left.
Oh, well, that would make a nice collage on the wall.
All right, so real quick, we're going to do a couple commercials, and then we'll get Candy and Ray in here and get them off on the right foot. My Atlanta thrifting class was last week, obviously, January 11th. We had a great time, had a great turnout. And every time I teach a class, we also do a tiki bar hangout. So here is the class, and people came from all over. Bearded Picker came from Alabama. We had
awesome.
Had a member come from the Carolinas. Someone come up from Florida. So it was good to see everybody come in. And here I am teaching about shipping. There we go. And here's Stacy teaching. Yay!
Yay! You can barely see me.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we had a little tiki bar hangout the night before. This is at Tiki Tango in Atlanta. Great little tiki bar.
Who was that drinking in the front row with you? Right next to you?
Oh, I just closed it. It was Carboot Chris.
Where's he live?
He lives in England. And
He came from England to your class?
No. I threw a class because he was coming to Atlanta.
I know.
Yeah.
That was awesome, though, to see them hanging out with you guys.
All right. So real quick, Mom and I didn't want to do a show on Sunday because, of course, it's the two most important football games of the season. So I'll be watching football. I think my mom will be too. So we're going to do ours on Monday. Now, we're talking about something that we never talk about. How to protect yourself from scams.
Oh.
Because I would say 99 times out of 100, when people say they're being scammed, they really aren't. It's just a bad purchase, but not a scam. But there are times I've been attempted to be scammed as the buyer and as a seller. And my mom had an issue last week. So we're going to talk about it. Not every problem sale is a scam, but we are going to talk about it. And kind of a little bit of ways to protect yourself and what you can do to mitigate your damages. See, I watch People's Court, and I heard that term, mitigate your damages.
Ooh, that's your word for the day.
Yeah, that's my word for the day. So tune in Monday night, which is a holiday, so most of you should probably be at the thrift store getting the deals in the morning. So by 8 p.m. Eastern, you'll be ready to go to watch us. Now, more importantly, these are my friends, Craig and Rick. And Rick's the son of a bitch with a nice head of hair. And they are called Two Dogs Digs, and they have a YouTube channel. And they have a Flowbee at home. And if they get a certain amount of subscribers by Saturday night, on Sunday, Craig is going to cut Rick's son of a bitch hair with a Flowbee. So here's the deal.
Oh
I want you all to go to Two Dogs Digs. If they get 500, which is only 15 away, go subscribe. They'll cut the hair. If they get to, I don't know if Craig's in the chat, 600 or 700, Lynn Mass will be the one manning the Flowbee. So I want to get them to 700 subscribers by Saturday. We're starting the campaign tonight. Get over to Two Dogs Digs, number 2 Dogs Digs, and we're going to get a great show on Sunday of Rick getting his hair cut by a Flowbee.
Let's crush this. Tell your mom, your grandma, your grandpa,
Yes, please.
your neighbor,
Tell everybody.
your friends, everybody you know to please go subscribe.
All right, so next week's show is going to be something new. I wanted to start doing these panel shows. I was trying to get them going by the end of last year, and it didn't work out. And so every month, one of the Thrifty Business shows is going to be a panel show. So our first one is going to be members of the LGBTQ community. And then coming up, we're going to have like single mom panel, single dad panel, people over 70 panel, so we can kind of get a like group of people together, find out what their trials and tribulations are. And because I'm not gay, hopefully there are people on the panel will be like, okay, here's the things that gay men or gay women look for that you might not know. Or here's the thing that 7-year-olds look for that you might not know as a 12-year-old. Oh, Ray is 14, as a 14-year-old. And so each month we're going to have these cool panel shows. And my newest admin in the Thrifting Board, Melissa, is going to be my co-host next week. And so this will be, I don't know if we're going to keep the name Longboard Crew, but we're trying to think of something fun for the panel shows. So it's going to be a fun addition to Thrifty Business. I love doing the show, but I want to start doing new things. I thought it'd be fun to have a panel of people who are kind of in the same grouping, I would say is a weird word, but Demographic. Thank you. That's a much better word than grouping. And then I want to have a really weird one day, like dudes who are 6'5" or over and have 3 cats and only go to the market on Tuesdays. I'm going to have a weird panel as long as I can find 3 people for the panel. So tune in next Thursday night. So we're gonna have a lot of bolos because we're gonna have me and Melissa both sell, and then we're gonna have probably 4 guests. And the one guest is a male couple that own a brick and mortar, throw some of their stuff at the same time on Etsy and eBay. So it's gonna be kind of cool to hear how they manage brick and mortar with online, and then when it sells one place, how to pull it from the other places. All right.
Suggestions as far as
Oh, yeah. And we're definitely be taking suggestions as far as panels. I got a bunch of people who have already suggested good panel ideas, but I think it's going to be fun. Something totally different.
And thanks to Deidre, she subscribed to 2 dogs.
And then Tom's like, how about under 6 foot with 3 cats? See, I've already got the weirdness going. I've already got the weirdness going. All right, but we don't want to. Let's get to our guest this week right here. Let me ring the doorbell. There it is. Hey, everybody. It is Candy and Ray. You guys. Oh, oops, I'm not on. Whoops. How the heck are you guys doing?
We are amazing.
Thank you for being our guest tonight. I'm so excited to hear how brand new sellers are jumping off on eBay, because it's not weird, but for someone to say in 2020, hey, I want to sell on eBay. It's been around forever. The weird thing is my assistant who lists for me on eBay has never bought one thing on eBay. I'm like, you're telling me in 25 years, you've never had thought to go to eBay to buy something? She's like, no. I'm like, all right, cool. But you guys had that thought at the end of 2019. You're like, all right, we want to be sellers. And Candy, you wanted to teach your daughter at the same time so you can teach the next generation how to make their own money.
Absolutely. She's getting to that age where it's starting to cost a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, getting a car pretty soon.
Oops, hold on. I got us all crazily going around. I want to put Candy and Ray up. Oh, haha, you both me. Never mind. I believe like this.
Oh, sorry.
Never mind. That's my bad. That's me being a bad producer for a quick second there. Hot second. All right. So take us back to the end of 2019 where you were like, I want to sell on eBay because, and here's why you ended up on the show. When you join my group, the Thrifting Board, which is a free group, anyone can join and get tips on selling on eBay and Amazon and everything else. I was looking for a brand new seller, and I can't remember exactly what you wrote, but it was very sweet, nice. I'm like, this is the person I've been looking for. And you said, hey, I want to learn how to do this, and I want to teach my daughter who's 14 how to do this. And I reached out right away. I put you in the group, and I reached out and said, hey, you want to be on the show? You guys were nice enough to say yes. So what made you have that thought to say, I'm going to start selling in 2019?
It's interesting because I saw a video of a guy that's really wealthy. And I was thinking, first, why does he need to do that? But second, he's like, there's so much money out there that you can't even imagine that people will buy. And so I watched him, and he was out there flipping, and he was like, this mug or this toy. And so my first thought was, that's something me and my daughter can do. And I asked her, and she jumped on board, and that is how we got started.
And
it was,
how'd you?
It was actually the end of 2019, the very end.
Yeah. And how'd you end up finding my group?
A friend of mine, Katie, a coworker, she was in the group, and I'd asked her some questions, and she said, you know what? I have the perfect place for you to go and find out everything you need to know.
Well, give Katie a high five for us, would you? That's
I'm
awesome.
telling you, she's amazing.
So Ray, you're 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What grade is that?
8th grade.
Okay. And have you ever had a job before this?
No, I haven't had a job.
So you've not ever done like babysitting or had a paper route or nothing? All right. So
Paper route.
He is not a fan of children.
oh, I like you even more now, Ray. So I had 2 jobs when I was 11. So I know the importance of teaching kids how to hustle. I mean, I've been hustling since I was 11, and I love every minute of it because I knew how to make my own money, and I didn't have to. I still ask mom and dad for money, so don't forget that, Ray. You can still ask for an allowance.
Oh my God.
Keep that in mind. So, had Ray said no, Candy, were you still going to be off and running and try it on your own?
I was, because when I saw the things that he picked up at these garage sales, my first thought was, you're an idiot, because I had taken so much stuff to Goodwill or to wherever. And I was like, what a big, huge dummy. And so immediately, like everything I've been going through of my mom's stuff, I'm like, what will it sell for? And so we have a couple that we were shocked that I'll share with you when you're ready. It was just surprising that I normally would have thrown away or put in a bin to go to the Goodwill.
Yeah. It's the things that, I taught my class in Atlanta. One of the sections I teach is, here is the stuff that you all thought was trash that people throw away that people buy on eBay and other sites. All right. So we wanted to do two things with you today. We wanted to get your preconceived notions because we're all kind of curious, especially us grizzled old veterans. It'll be my official 20-year anniversary in 2 months of selling online. And then also we were going to do a top 10 list. We ended up doing a top 11 of things we want to make sure that you're aware of so you don't get off on and making bad habits. All right. So I'll start with you, Ray. Do you think it was going to be easy?
Well, it's easier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, all right. And did you think that as soon as you list stuff, it'll sell?
No.
Okay, well, that's good. And so what do you guys think of, so when you're sitting down to do your first listing, what were your thoughts on like how to take pictures and what you should take a picture of and stuff like that? So what were you thinking that the pictures were going to involve?
Well, I stumbled across this shirt and I had no idea what it was. And it actually, I don't know, it was a pretty neat shirt, and I'm thumbing through and I didn't know what to look for, but I looked at things that I thought stood out to me. And, because there's a million things that you can buy. And so that was the first thing. And then I knew I wanted really good pictures that were clear, because I know when I go look at things, does it look professional or does it not? And the other thing, I wanted to make sure it was authentic.
And so what was this be the shirt that you're talking about?
That would be the shirt that we are talking about.
And where'd you find it?
Goodwill.
And how much was it?
GW. How much did we pay?
It was like for what?
$4.98, $4.95, $4.90 something.
And I know it didn't sell for 108. So what did it sell for?
$84.99.
All right. So here's the $1 million question. Have you noticed I'm wearing it yet?
I did notice that.
Because I saw no reaction from the two of you.
I was going to say, it kind of looks like the shirt you have on.
So I got to tell you, I was your first customer. Surprise! I did it sneakily. And I saw on the Thrifting Board where people are like, look, you probably get like $50 for that shirt. It's Robert Graham. It's one of the brands I like. And I said, all right, cool. I'm going to be their first customer at $50. However, you two are shrewd. I got no $50 deal. And I said, so I had my assistant bid for me because you wouldn't notice. And I said, well, offer them 70. And my assistant goes, it was declined so fast. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. What? These are brand new sellers. How are they so like schooled veterans already? And then it's when we were out of town. We were somewhere. We were at dinner or something. And Stacy's like, my wife's like, put your phone down. I'm like, I'm trying to bid on this shirt. So I told my assistant, I'm like, all right, try 75. Then you guys countered. I'm like, dang. These ladies know what they're doing. So
Love it.
I love it. I wore it in Atlanta, and it's an awesome shirt. So
I really like it. Like, I was going to keep it to where it's a cover up because it's a nice shirt.
So congrats on being shrewd business with him, because you got way more than I was hoping to pay.
Yeah,
Well, thank you. Thank you for being our first customer.
And here's what I want to say. So the one thing I wanted to share, and this is kind of why I wanted to be luckily, your first item was something that was in my size of a brand I like. I'm like, this is just like, it's like a Hollywood script. But I wanted to show the things you did well in shipping and talk about the things you didn't do well. So I got the package in a regular flat rate, which is great because it fits and you had a little hiccup with shipping. I was trying to walk you through it, and of course pretend the whole time it wasn't for me. But you used the flat rate envelope, which is great, and you sealed it in another baggie. I don't do that; some do, but that's great. Keeps it out of the elements. And how sweet! You wrote a thank you card, and that to me was like perfect. And look at that. So who wrote this, Candy or Ray? You did that, Ray? The little drawing? I love it. So that's all the things you did right. Now let's talk about the things you did wrong. There aren't any. It was like the perfect shipment, and you would not know it was your first one, the two of you. It was awesome. It was shipped properly. I love the thank you card. Just well done. Oh, wait. Dang, I forgot all my graphics. Hang on. Congrats, you did it well. Yay!
Well, one thing that I found that I did do, I couldn't send it first class because I had box measurements in there, Like something had auto-populated in the shipping field. And so I couldn't find that first class option because of those measurements I had in there.
And have you since been able to find it properly?
Yes.
All right. So good job. I mean, I love this shirt. Look at this.
That's nice.
Oh my God.
We only get $35 to $40 for our Robert Graham. So good job.
I could not believe when you guys declined 70. I'm like, what?
Good job. That's a girl knows what she's doing.
So who was that decline in the 70? Was it Candy or was it Ray?
You were putting in the money, but I was the one that was declining.
She was declining. She was like, what should I go back with? And so
I mean, my assistant
we met in the middle.
My assistant texted me so fast, she's like, declined. Like within a second. I'm like, what? So fast, I thought maybe you had auto decline on. That's how fast it came through. So good job. So that's where I feel really good about your guys in your journey because, here's a company who decided to just scratch out an entire box over and over and over again. Yeah, not professional looking. You guys sent out your first package. Perfect. Loved it. Absolutely. So coming into this, and you've sold a couple things now. You've got 3 sales under your belt.
The third one came today. That's what she was doing in school.
Yeah, so Ray, tell us
on eBay instead of math or whatever.
Yeah, Ray, tell us about your day at school, how you weren't paying attention to school because you're busy selling on eBay.
I think it was during my TA period, so I wasn't doing anything when I got the notification for it.
So you got the notification that someone made an offer on that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not my size, so it was not me.
When she always immediately texts me and says, I want a counter. And I was like, well, that's a really good offer. And she accepted before, but.
And you didn't say, hey, wait a minute, aren't you in school right now?
I did not. I did not.
So I like it. You've been in business for 2 weeks, and in the last 3 weeks, you had 3 sales, which might not sound like a lot, but you only had 5 things listed. So you sold over 50% of your stock in your first two and a half weeks.
And they were all 3 best offers. They worked with best offers and finally reached an acceptance. That's good.
So,
and the movie that she sold, we had 0 cost of goods on that.
That's the best.
Did you steal it, Ray?
She actually has probably about 25 that my mom left. Yep, in that pack. There you go.
There we go.
Good start.
So I do want to point out something that Marissa said because it's a good teaching moment. So Marissa said, "Ooh, it's a 3XL." No, not really. It is. We're going to get specific here because big and tall guys get mad when you mislabel things. So 3XL, 3XLT, and 3XLB are all 3 different sizes. This happens to be a 3XLT. That means I am a big dude who happens to be tall and I am longer in my waist, in my torso. So I like my shirts longer. And this is also where it's important to have measurements. Did you guys have measurements?
Mm-hmm.
No. So that's what I was going to tell you.
We didn't put them in the description, but we did have the measuring tape.
Yeah, so I would definitely write it in the description. Now, I know the brand well. I have many of these shirts in my closet, so I didn't have to worry too much about it. But I know exactly the length of the shirts I like. I like 33 inches or longer, which is absurd, but that's what I like. And so you definitely want to put your measurements in both inches and centimeters because other than us, everyone uses the metric system.
Right.
So, when you're selling internationally, don't ever make your customer leave your listing to go calculate something.
Good point.
So, but yeah, make sure if you're selling bigger clothes, 3XL, 3XLT, and 3XLB are all 3 different sizes.
Can I put a question up that someone asked?
Oh, absolutely.
Let me see if I can do
Yes,
this.
yes, because you are like me.
Yay. Ron Cole wonders, how does she make time between school and the business? And you're just starting, but it is definitely something you're going to have to think about.
So are you coming home like, okay, I got an hour of homework and then I'm going to work on eBay for an hour? Or are you structuring it that much?
Whenever we have time in the weekends is mainly when I do something because I get pretty tired after whatever work I have to do from school.
Good idea. School. And then summer's coming. Yay!
We're barely in January. She's like, summer coming. So it's 2022. That's how we're gonna play it.
Well, you got spring break coming, then you have summertime. So you'll have summer. By then you'll be pretty up to speed on how to do this, and you'll probably do a lot of business.
All right, so Deb, here's their office. Now here's two brand new sellers who are just starting. And look, I see the boxes. They've ordered supplies, so that's good. They've got their stuff all kind of organized. Look at all the media they got to work with. And is this fabric?
I have probably about 5,000 yards of fabric.
Oh my gosh.
I'm squeezing me. What? 5,000 yards?
There's 2 other shelves to the left of that are full, ceiling to floor.
So you a seamstress? You sew?
I am not, but my mom was.
Okay.
And this makes my heart warm. Dual monitors.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so much easier to work on dual, and I work on triple, 1, 2, and 3. So
I did have 3. I teach from home, and so when I went to 2, it kind of it's a little. You need 3. When I tell my students you need 2, they're like, "Oh, I could never use 2." And yeah, you definitely, once you do it, you'll never go back to 1.
Mary says they are more organized than some other sellers, including me.
Yeah.
So here's what happens when you get old, Ray. You had a question and it's gone.
He just had a birthday, so
yeah, I had a good question too about.
I was gonna say it probably helps having a mom as a teacher. I mean, a teacher as a mom because you're more organized, probably. That helps.
Wow, lost it. Okay, cool. I'm sure it'll hit me probably at dinner later. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask.
Be continued.
All right. So has anything shocked you either like, oh, this is so much easier than I thought or harder than I thought than what you thought going in?
We haven't gotten our head wrapped around.
What a cliffhanger. All right, hang on a minute. You froze. It was the biggest cliffhanger ever. You said, I've got my head wrapped around, and then you froze. Like, what?
We haven't gotten our head wrapped around being efficient in listing and taking pictures. Or taking pictures and listing.
All right, yeah, and that'll definitely come with time. You're going to have these light bulb moments. We've all had them. Mine took forever, which is odd. When I started doing a lot of clothes, it hit me one day after like years of selling clothes. I'm like, if I list all the black T-shirts at the same time, that's less things I got to change. Like I list a black, and then I would list a red. So I got to switch all the black to red. And then I list a blue, and then another black. And like, duh, all the blacks together, then all the blues. It just makes life so much easier. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when we times that by 100 listings this week and 50, it definitely saves you a lot of time. So you're going to find these moments where you're going to be like, oh, I can fine tune that. I got it.
Right.
All right. So we wanted to give you the top 10 things. This is a great question. Do you use your phone or using a computer?
To list, we use our computer. To barter, she uses her phone.
Cool.
To rake me over the coals for full price, she uses her phone. All right, got it. No, and what are you using for a camera? Are you using a phone or using a camera?
I'm using my phone.
And what?
She's already set up a Instagram account, and so she's wanting to get this stuff listed so that she can link it to her.
Let's look at that. See, I had it all prepared. Boom. Let's look at that. All right. So here's my suggestion for Instagram accounts. Off to a good start, but you're going to, even though it's geared towards your online business, you're going to want to put other things besides just buy my crap and here's what's for sale. Right. So start thinking. And because you guys are kind of doing it together, I would definitely do something from a teenager's perspective, like, this is my favorite new artist, whatever. And then something from a mom's perspective too. So, you guys have a cool team. So I think you're off to a good start, but definitely put in some other stuff besides what you're selling.
Okay.
And here's a way of selling without selling. Maybe you find something cool and you got a picture of Ray holding it up in the thrift store. Oh, look what we found today. But people know this is because you're selling stuff. You're not saying, hey, come buy this, but you found a unique way to show the next thing you're going to list.
Right.
Or, if you guys find like a cool bicycle or a skateboard and Ray's riding it through the thrift store, get a quick little video, that kind of thing, make it kind of fun too.
Good idea.
All right. So let's talk about the top 10 tips we want to make sure, 11 actually, that you do or don't do, depending on the tip, is to get you off on the right foot. And so I'll start. All right, start with small, easy to ship items. Well, you got that checked off. A shirt's easy to ship. A DVD's easy to ship. You know, I often see brand new sellers like, I'm going to list this chandelier that has 5,000 crystals. Yeah, you want to get your shipping feet wet with things that are super duper easy to ship. So you'll graduate to shipping furniture like I have. I've done furniture, but you want to start small. So make sure that, you know, get a few more sales on your bill of things that you can just throw into a bag and off it goes.
Good tip.
All right, Deb, you're next. Debbie can see these, so she's on the fly.
I'm
Let's
good.
see how she does.
Let's start with inexpensive items. You know, you have your mom's inventory, and there's all kinds of inexpensive items, especially in garage sales. You know, they price to move, and so garage sales are really good, and estate sales too. So don't go out. And although, you know, Jason's taught us, if you see something you know is worth money, you're going to spend $20. Do it because you might make 200.
Right.
Or you might turn 4 to 80.
Yeah, you're off to a great start.
All right, so here's a $1 million question. Have you guys set up for worldwide shipping?
We have not, because shipping is still a little scary for me.
Okay, so don't be scared because A, you got me, B, you got the whole thrifting board, and C is the new term I coined on Saturday. If you can ship to Maine, you can ship to Spain because it don't ship no different.
That's right.
How you ship this shirt to me, other than you wouldn't have put it in a priority envelope because international shipping is 4 pounds or less for first class. You would have just put it in a regular envelope and off it would have went. So it would have been no different at all. And the customs form prints out just like the domestic label printout, no different.
Okay.
So easy now.
So easy. You got to tell what's in it. Now here's the tips. When you on eBay, Etsy, any of those, they pre-populate whatever the title is into the customs form. The long title that you typed. You don't need that. All they want to know is it's a shirt. So don't make it more attractive to maybe a thief along the way.
Exactly.
So you're like, ooh, Robert Graham, that's fancy. Nope, you just want shirt.
Okay.
So you got to put shirt, and sometimes you got to sign it, but nowadays it's pretty much automated. And you have to check off a box that says, I'm not doing anything illegal. So it's super easy. So I want you to start doing that, and I want you to do it yourself, and I'm going to tell you how, because you can actually make a couple bucks shipping internationally and still be cheaper than most of your competition.
And one other tip, if a buyer reaches out to you and says, please mark this as gift so I don't have to pay duties, fees, or whatever, that's illegal. And just tell them, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Explore multiple platforms. Yes, we have Bonanza, and there's Etsy, Truegether, which I've only sold one thing in over a year there. So there are other platforms. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones.
Well, Ray's 14, and I think Depop. Ray, have you been on Depop?
Depop might be good.
I've tried to download it before, but Mom, you didn't really let me.
I have to
Yeah.
approve everything. And so if I go check it out and I'm not 100% sure, I quietly decline.
Okay, it's a solid website, no different than Etsy and Posh, but definitely aimed at a younger crowd.
Okay.
And so Depop's kind of a place where, you know, on eBay, I use my mannequins for clothes. Depop, it's younger people selling their clothes to each other, and they're like picture of them wearing it. Don't have to be, but picture them wearing it like next to a tree, and that's how they sell it. It's all app stuff. So I think, Ray, with your age, that's a good venue to check out. So clothes that you like, that maybe you've outgrown or just don't want to wear anymore, Depop would be a good one to give a whirl. Plus, I am too old and I have no kids, so I need you to master Depop, then you can teach the rest of us.
Yeah.
All right?
And we also have Poshmark and Mercari. I just started on Mercari. So yeah, the more eyes on them that you can get. So, in fact, I don't know where I just read a statistic that people who sell on 3 or more venues sell like 183% more.
Wow.
Yeah. So great questions from
Illy?
Ely? I don't know. Any countries you don't ship to? No, I don't take the time to exclude any countries. I've had the same hiccups going to Brazil that I've had going to Los Angeles. So I didn't get rid of Los Angeles. Sometimes hiccups happen. I don't sweat it. Is it cheaper than global shipping? Absolutely. So here's how global shipping works in a nutshell. It can work for you. If it works for you, great. I ain't going to tell anybody not to use it. But global shipping pre-charges all the duties. And a lot of times when I or Candy and Ray or Debbie ships a shirt to Ireland, sometimes it just scoots right through to the customer, and they don't have to pay those fees. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. When you do global, they automatically pre-charge all the fees. So oftentimes I'll ship a shirt to Canada for $14.95 and make $2.50 extra on that, and it costs the same shirt from someone using global shipping $35. So educated buyers will not spend the extra $20.
Right. Yeah.
I do have a shipping question.
Yeah.
So the other reason I sent yours the way I did was for the insurance.
I was just going to talk
Because
about insurance.
It was a little bit. I mean, for me, even though we didn't pay $100 for it or whatever, it was still, you know.
It went priority, right?
Yeah.
So at $100 free shipping, shipping.
It'll be 50. She's not top
50,
rated.
that's
She's
right,
brand new.
sorry.
But yeah.
You will be top rated.
Yeah. Priority comes with automatic $50 insurance. So that's a good thought. Now, the one you sold today was not nearly as expensive. So if you had the first class stuff, I wouldn't sweat it too much.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I've been shipping for 20 years and I've had maybe, as a low guess, 50 packages lost over 20 years. I've shipped a couple 100,000 packages. So oftentimes they get lost. It's so few and far between. But yeah, smart thought. You got automatic insurance shipping this shirt. So good job.
And then we use ShipSaver, which is connects to eBay. So look up ShipSaver. It's less expensive than at the post office, and it's pretty easy once you get it all set up. It just pulls your eBay listings over, and if you want to buy insurance for that, and that's you can use it for international too. I mean, you can't insure laptops and coins, and so there are limits and things, but for the most part, and I'm the same way. I don't think I've ever had a package lost. So
Ever?
I don't think
Shut
so.
up. That's awesome.
I don't think. Well, I haven't sold as much as you do.
All right. This is probably should have my number one. Do not read horror stories online.
I was going to say
so many new sellers go to other groups, not the Thrifting Board. I was in one today who were just telling these horror stories of returns. And then I get people who are new like you guys, and they're like, oh my God, I see these people with the returns. I want to deal with returns. I'm like, all right, let's think about the Thrifting Board. Say we had 10 people who had return issues today. They're going to post because they need help. And let's say the people in the Thrifting Board only sell one item a day. We have 56,000 members. So that means 55,990 people didn't have any problems, but 10 did. So it's so minuscule. It's no big deal. But if you go down some of these other rabbit holes in the other groups, you would think online selling is the worst thing. And every customer is an idiot and trying to scam you, and every platform doesn't like you. And that's not true. So ignore the horror stories. Just ignore them.
And remember, this is a business. You might think it's a hobby, but it is a business. And there are, we do have losses and things happen. And Jason's had things returned, and then he turned around and sold it for more second time around.
That's the part of our returns. Make more money.
Yeah.
All right, Deb, you're up.
Invest in proper equipment, a scale, like a bathroom scale or something to weigh things.
Tape measure.
Yeah, a good tape measure, because someone pointed out once the cheaper tape measures are inaccurate.
They're not right.
Yeah, when you put two together. So make sure you get one like, maybe made in the USA. I sent you got the eBay app on your phone. You got that.
So do you guys have a shipping scale or some type of scale?
I've been using my diet food scale.
That works.
How high?
It works. It's in grams and in ounces, I think.
We have a kitchen scale. I bought it at Costco called Taylor for $14. It works
right.
You can get a good shipping scale, about $30 digital, and it'll lock the weight on. So when that time you do have the bigger box and you can't see the readout, it'll automatically lock it in. You can remove the package in it and you can see the thing. But yeah, I see so many new sellers not have the basic. You got to have a good pair of scissors. You got to have the scale, and you got to invest a little bit in yourself to make sure that you're off and running, and you're not just guessing.
Yeah, good tape. I get my tape at Costco, and then stock up on your USPS packing. your boxes and things.
You got them.
Free.
You see that?
Yeah, I couldn't see what else she had there.
Look at all this right there.
Yeah, that's great. And then bubble wrap. I buy tissue at Costco during November, because they have it every year for like $6, and so I stock up for the year for that. I'm trying to think of what other equipment. Oh, the Scotty peelers. Those are great for peeling off labels. And then I use Bestine, which I order from. You have to order it from Amazon now.
That's a Scotty peeler.
Yeah, it's.
a
I
piece of
think I actually have some of those coming. today or tomorrow. They might be in the box.
A hair dryer.
And a hair dryer.
A hair dryer
send
to get
labels.
the labels off. The biggest trick is hair dryer. It breaks down the glue behind stickers, so you heat it up first for a little bit, then get it off without leaving any much of residue.
And Bestine is really good for getting the goo and the off books and things. The black marker, I've been using it for like 10 years. I order on Amazon now. Number 7.
And then tape dispenser, yes. Watch quality YouTubers, hey, like us, who like to share. As you can see by our show, we share all our successes and tips and tricks. Some are out there just to build a following. They'd rather show you how awesome they are and how cool their car is and their warehouse. Make sure if you're following YouTubers, and there's tons of good ones, Craig and Rick are another example of good ones that love to share and give you content. Like tonight you learned about things to go out and purchase to flip for good money, like 40-year-old lipstick.
Yes. Yes.
All right, number 8.
Look for shipping materials everywhere. A lot of people, if you have a next door neighbor group app in your neighborhood, people will post on there and ask for bubble wrap and get free. And then veterinarian offices, and some of the like gift shop, if you have gift shop, a lot of times people have free packing peanuts and bubble wrap. I get my bubble wrap at Sam's Club. It's very affordable. And Bubble Fast is your friend. If you haven't heard of Bubble Fast, Robin and Mark are good friends of all of ours, and you could order products from them. I order my shipping labels to ship from them because they're like only like $14 and they come like really fast. So go on Bubble Fast and you can learn.
Yeah, if your neighbor has an Amazon Prime account, you're gonna have tons of free boxes. Yeah. And Bubble Fast Tiki Pug gets you 10% off. So plug that in.
And believe it or not, I picked up a stack of shipping boxes at the thrift store one day for like $2. They were all taped together, and I thought I'll buy these garage sales. Just keep your eyes open because you will see boxes and things, bubble wrap and packing peanuts and whatever you need just all around you. You'll be surprised when you start looking for it.
Well, I did on the board asking about, because I had a ton of Amazon boxes, from Christmas shopping, and I wasn't sure if like you could reuse those because we don't sell them.
Oh yeah. You see my garage? It's a mountain of Amazon boxes.
Okay.
Ours too.
And Robert said, stay professional with returns. Don't take it personally. Customers aren't always so polite about things. It's tempting to be snarky back. I used to fight with everyone back in the early days. Nowadays, I'm like, yeah, just send it back. I'll resell it. I don't got time to fight and be snarky. I got time to keep all listed.
And remember, sometimes people have had issues and they're coming out first on the defense. But when you're nice to them, they're like, oh, good. You're easy to work with.
All right, learn about Vero. I was asking Debbie, I'm like, hey, I need a couple more tips. And Vero, and more so, make sure you are aware of what products cannot be sold. Now, sometimes you're going to learn the hard way. We all have. We've all listed something that the platform went, oh, no. So, Ray, you won't know what these are, but Candy, you will. Remember lawn darts? Totally illegal. Can't sell those. No. Don't try them. Everyone threw them up in the air and then punctured their skulls, and then they became illegal.
You don't have a graphic for that one.
No. So many fake Coach purses, Gucci purses, these are things. And then, for instance, Gerber, the company, owns the label, owns the name onesie. So if you try to list pajamas that are onesie that aren't Gerber, your item will be removed right away because Gerber told eBay that is not our product. Remove that listing. So that's what Vero is. It's verified rights owner. What the hell to eat?
I can't remember. I just saw it the other day. I think they just put that in there to make it smooth. And then like Dunkin' Donuts. There's some of their products. They do not want them.
And yes, as my mom said, we do a show on Sundays usually, but we did do a show on Vero, so I would definitely tune into that.
If you Google, sometimes it's kind of hard to find. So if you Google eBay Vero, you might be able to find it that way to get to it.
Verified rights owner program.
Verified. Yeah. So the E is nothing.
It's just to make it speak so you can say the word easily. Oh gosh,
number 10, Deb.
Something else too. Try to list something every day. We believe that the eBay algorithm rewards us when we spend time in our list, in our accounts. So even if you just go in and if you can't list, if you don't have anything to list, you can go in and maybe change some prices or change around some words or just touch your eBay account every day you possibly can.
But we know they got a lot to list, so they could definitely at least get one item a day.
Right, but sometimes you're like too busy and there's you're tired. Like she said, she comes home from school and she's tired. You could share on the Pinterest group in the Thrifting Board. There's a lot of things you can do. Try to be attentive with your eBay account every day and do something. And you can put stuff in draft. So maybe you have 10 things in draft and you're going to be busy for a couple of days. So, okay, each day, I'll just make this live now. It's all ready to go.
Okay.
And Robin's one of my admins. Hey, Robin. Rosetta Stone and Zumba are other products that don't even mess with.
And Beachbody. Don't go anywhere near any Beachbody
because you'll see it, but they get it pulled down so fast. You don't want that.
And I was going to say too, when I mentioned Googling Vero, be careful what you see when you Google, because there's a lot of old, outdated information out on Google too. So it's your best to ask questions in the Thrifting Board. Okay. There's times I'll go out and Google, but I have come across stuff like that's ancient. That policy's completely changed, but some of this stuff is still floating, and people that have been teaching. Some of that's still out there too, and those other YouTube videos too. So,
hey, are these 45s right here?
They are 45s.
Oh, I'm so excited! You got 45s, you got VHS, you got CDs, you got DVDs.
She looks like your office here.
This is awesome! I'm so excited.
2 boxes of big records.
Nice.
All right, so what I'm gonna do this weekend or Monday or whenever you guys have a few minutes. I'm going to hold your hand and get you going on international shipping so you can open your customer base. But here's the biggest tip I think I can give, and I can't believe I forgot it to number 11. And this goes for everybody out there. If you haven't done this yet, it's a mistake. Buy from the platforms you are selling on. You need to know as a buyer, so you can be a better seller, how the flow works. So right when you get Depop downloaded, find a cute shirt, find a cute pair of pants, whatever, and buy them so you know exactly what your customer is going to see. You know how the alerts coming to them, how the emails coming to them, how the package is coming to them. So always buy something on any. If you're going to get on a new platform, go buy something. Look, I got on Mercari. I bought something for myself, and it didn't fit. And Mercari doesn't allow returns. So I learned the hard way that Mercari doesn't allow returns. And I got a big melon and had something normally fit me. Had I realized that, I wouldn't have bought a hat.
Does Poshmark not allow returns? They'll get it. They'll get in the middle of it or something.
Yeah.
There's a.
Now, do all of the other selling sites connect to PayPal?
No, I don't think any of them do they?
What's that?
So like you get paid on like Etsy and Mercari and stuff. None of them use PayPal. I don't think any of them do. I think everything else is pretty much credit card based. And like the way Amazon works is I have it set up so they send me my money automatic deposit twice a month.
Okay.
And you can set it up for more than that. And so most platforms will have like built-in credit cards. So your customers have their credit card on file, and then you have set up to usually automatic deposit the money into an account.
This is a great tip from Ecom Chicago. Do not buy wholesale products off Google. Because when you first started, you have things to list. But a lot of times people, when you start learning more and you're meeting more people, you're going to hear buy wholesale, do this and do this and do this. So that's a great tip there.
And Jennifer's first Mercari sale. Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jennifer's first Mercari sale was from me. I bought a tiki from her. So
I was trying to undo my question that I popped up back.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up with asking you guys any other than to get you squared away at international shipping. Any last questions that you're like, okay, I need to know this?
Bill,
do you have a question?
I don't know if Regan does.
I was just going to say one of the tools you were talking about they should get would be a box resizer.
Oh, yeah.
Bill for the
win.
Yeah, get a box resizer because you might have the right like a size box this way, but it might be too tall, and it's stupid to weight back material. The box resizer lets you score the inside of it and then make it smaller this way.
And you can get that on
box resizer.
Yeah.
Double fast.
All right. So
I
what?
have a question about one item that I'm particularly interested in getting is the scanner for the CDs and the books.
So scanner for in the store or scanner for sitting at your desk?
To
list with or to source with?
To find the price of it, what it's worth?
Both.
Will you want to grab mine? It's by the computer out there real quick.
Well, I just in one of your videos when you were actually talking to Two Dogs Digs, when we watched the video with you guys sorting their CDs. Yeah. And you talked about I can go through a store and scan a ton of stuff without having to.
I use the Amazon scanner. So you want to download the Amazon app as a seller, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Not right now because that takes a little
past Ray's bedtime.
Because it's past Ray's bedtime, as Stacy pointed out. But the Amazon app is great, even if you aren't selling on Amazon, because Amazon's database is bigger and better and more robust than anybody's. So you can at least get a quick idea of kind of a selling price. So if you scan, like, say, a CD on Amazon, and there are 57 people who have it listed on Amazon, the cheapest one being a nickel, that's a product you can skip.
Yeah.
But if you see it, like, only 3 people have it on Amazon and they're priced at like $50, like, oh, maybe I'll get that. But and brand, I don't, this brand I bought just because of the reviews. It's TERA. So the wireless scanner, you plug a little fob into your USB, and then I can scan. So I put the cursor in the title line for eBay, for instance. I scan the barcode on the CD, and if it's in eBay's database, it just pre-populates all the info.
Okay.
So this helps you go quick. You can type. I also I'm pretty good at the 10 keypad, the side of the keyboard. Mm-hmm. But I've also, before scanners, had to do that as soon as I could get a 10 keypad. I became as good as, like, my mom can do it too. I became really good at typing the 10 keypad. But once I got a wireless scanner, easy peasy. Because also these are all my CDs for sale on Amazon. So when I do inventory and stuff, I could just walk over there with this and start scanning and have someone sitting there reading, or someone else scans for me and I read. So it makes it easy when it's wireless.
Does she need an Amazon seller account to get the Amazon scanner?
Yes, and you want to get the seller account that's free. Everyone gets Amazon tries to push you to get the $40 a month account, and they make the free account, how to get to it, very small and down low. And the problem is, once you started down the path of the $40 a month, you can't back up.
Okay.
So I'll show you how to do it. I'm gonna get you squared away to get the free seller app. Because all you do is you got to sign up for free, and then you can have the seller app, and that gives you a lot more data. Do store same thing when you're in the store and I scan? Nope. Because guess what? When I'm in the stores and scanning, I'll spend $200, $500, $800. So I'm very happy. They're very happy that I'm their customer.
I've never had anybody bother me either.
The early days, I caught grief in a store where my wife and I used to live in Elyria, and the manager wouldn't leave me alone. What are you scanning? I'm like, none of your business. Go away.
And if they do,
just right in front of the.
Oh, I'll be at the counter, and they'll be pricing fresh product and be like, hey, can I see that real quick? And I don't want that. Here, take it back, or I'll throw that in my pile. So yeah, so they love me as a customer because I spend a lot of money.
If anyone were to ask me, I just tell them I'm looking for the reviews on this product, because it will come up, when you're scanning. I want to know what the reviews are on it.
All right, so good. You guys had good questions. All right, Ray, I'm gonna make you have the final question. You got any questions, Ray?
I don't have any questions.
Final comment? Want to tell a story?
Oh, tell about the safety patrol badge.
Oh, we found in one of my Nana's boxes a safety patrol badge that I don't know how much it was for, but
like $15.
My mom says like $15 on it.
Nice. And that brings up a sad story. I was never allowed to be a safety patrol. I tried. They wouldn't allow me.
Can you send that to Jason?
No. I was always a troublemaker, so they don't let the troublemakers be the safety patrol. So
I wanted to call Ray out because I'm reading over their notes here. She's an artist, and she's played the guitar, the clarinet, the viola, and flute, and looking forward to playing cello and piano next year in high school. You're going to be busy, girl, with eBay and learning all those instruments. Good job.
That's awesome. So we're all very excited, all of us here that are on Thrifty Business, and then all of us in the Thrifting Board, excited for your journey, because you've become the new seller we're going to want to watch. And plus, you guys have started right. You found a good product, you shipped it well, you listed it well, and once we open you up to the world, boom, you guys will be all around. And so, do not be afraid to ask any questions in the Thrifting Board, and make sure everyone knows their store, because they are going to list some stuff this weekend. So if you do want to buy from Candy and Ray, right now they only have 2 things, but if you need some Coca-Cola glasses, boom, there they are.
Nice.
It is Life Closet. I love that because it's very easy. Now, who came up with the name?
It was a group effort.
And what's that mean? Like mine's Tiki Pug Music because that's the 3 things I have. So what's Life Closet mean?
It was just some name that we came up with. It doesn't really have.
Well, because everything that I have in there was basically my mom's closet. And when we go to estate sales, that's those people's lives, and so we kind of threw it out there, and she was like, "Oh, I like that one."
And it's easy to spell, and it's one of those things where I'm shocked no one had it. That's just an easy, like you can tell what's your eBay ID, Life Closet, super easy. Now, when you do sign up on the other platforms, do it quick, do it tonight. Go see if you can get that on most of them. If you can't, try and get a close variation so you can kind of be branded across the way. Okay.
And I want to encourage you to go back and watch the show, obviously, to see yourselves. But read the comments. There's some really good comments and things in the comments here, the chat that will help you too.
All right. So how about this? Craig and Rick said, how about a Candy and Ray update in 6 months? So you guys want to be back on in 6 months?
Absolutely. This was fun.
Right. Debbie's writing it down right now. So 6 months from today, whatever that Thursday is, we'll do a show and we'll see how you guys are doing.
All right.
Can
Fantastic.
we ask Two Dogs Digs, how many subscribers are you up since the show?
Yeah, let's real quick check how many subscribers have went to Two Dogs Digs. I shouldn't have closed that out because we definitely want to see a Floby. Ray, you know what a Floby is? Okay, it was the most ridiculous invention. It's basically a vacuum cleaner hooked to a pair of automatic scissors, and you just suck your hair up and it cuts it. So it doesn't always go well.
There might be some YouTubes out there of when time
Oh, yeah.
go well.
Sure.
But some people still use it. Someone on the Thrifting Board said, I still cut my husband's hair that way.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I know
Yeah.
people that use
Wow.
it. I wonder if that's a bolo.
What mom's doing on here?
All right, so let's see. Oh, $4.95. All right, come on. We got to at least get 5 more subscribers. Let's
Okay.
go. All right, now that we're going to say goodbye, head over to Two Dogs Digs and subscribe. And let's see some Floby haircuts on Friday.
But we have
Sunday.
to get to 700 for Lynn Moss to
Yes,
do it.
but we need 5 more to at least get the action going.
Yes. Oh, we'll get that. No problem.
All right, Candy and Ray, thank you very much for being our newbie sellers. I am so excited for your journey and always here to help you, as is the Thrifting Board. And we will see you guys in 6 months.
And I have one more tip, number 12. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There are no bad questions. Even if you think, I don't want to ask, I'm too whatever. Ask questions in the Thrifting Board. You will have an answer probably within 60 seconds.
Yep.
Nice. Thank you guys. They were
All right,
very
well-
helpful. They were very helpful with your shirt, so we appreciate it.
And hey, thanks for my new sweet shirt. I love it. I'm going to wear it out tonight. We're going to dinner.
Yes,
I'm
we
going
are.
to wear my new shirt and tell everybody that Candy and Ray sent it to me.
Yes. And we'll get some more people to
And they'll be like, who and why are you telling me this? And real quick, there's a great question, Kim. If I change my eBay username, will my feedback number be carried over? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is my 5th name, but it's one I'm sticking with from now on. But yeah, it's other ideas at the beginning. So, all right, everybody, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Don't forget Monday, not Sunday because of football. Monday, Mom and I will be on for how to protect yourself from scams. Can't always, but there are certain things you can do to just, hopefully take care of yourself. And I'll share a couple more stories how it happened to me as both a buyer and a seller. And hopefully we'll get you guys. So in case you see it coming around the corner, and get all like, oops, I got hoodwinked. All right. They just hit 500. So, all right. So we're definitely getting a Floby haircut. And Rick said, all right, we'll do Lynn Mass at 200. So I'm going to put the Thrifting Board. So there's 600. So 100 more. And we're going to have an awesome thing. So Candy and Ray, if you can do me a favor, if you've not subscribed to Two Dog Digs, do that after we hang up.
Thumbs up, please.
And we'll watch them on Sunday get their haircut. All right, Rick, goodbye to your nice hair. All right, thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Sell. And we'll see you on Monday with me and Mom, and then back here on Thursday for Thrifty Business.
Monday's a holiday, so you're not going to be shipping it.
Don't forget, most of your thrift stores will have sales. So Candy and Ray, I know you got a lot of product, but get out there, maybe hit a thrift store, get some deals too.
Thanks for coming on, ladies.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
have a good evening, everybody. Oh, and thanks to my live studio audience.
Hey.
Bye, Tocha. Oh, he's asleep.
He sounds like-
Yeah, he's a board.
Bye.
Bye, guys.